guys, a new review today, which is the upcoming horror film Antlers. As we inch closer to the end of horror movie season, we do have a few more films to come out before Halloween weekend, and this is one of them. Antlers is centered around a middle school teacher and her brother who are embroiled with her student Lucas, whose dark secrets lead to terrifying encounters with a legendary ancestral creature. Like with many films lately, this also was affected by all the different pandemic delays because this was originally supposed to come out in the springtime of last year, and now it's coming out around Halloween time, which I honestly think is actually beneficial to a horror film to come out right around Halloween time anyways. Of course, with a name like Antlers, you would also kind of assume it could also be Christmas related, but this is very much not a Christmas movie. Antlers is certainly more of a art house style horror film than it is a straight up creature feature like some of the trailers may lead you to expect. The film does have some genuinely horrifying scares within it, but there are also a lot of them in the human variety as opposed to just creature based. Director Scott Cooper in many of his films is able to touch upon serious subject matter with an interesting spin on them, and that's no different here. As we delve a bit deeper under the surface, exploring various kind of traumas to varying degrees of success, especially when it pertains to the kid in the film, Lucas, as he's kind of been forced to become an adult taking care of his parents, just the trauma that goes along with that. All that trauma is kind of what builds the bulk of the story's mystery and intrigue. Once Kerry Russell's character figures out these patterns of abuse and we get to see Lucas and how awful his life is at home with his father, it's the way that we weave in genuine real-life horror that a lot of people can relate to with this very character-driven story that does help a lot with the scares when we do throw in these supernatural aspects with this Native American Wendigo creature. One of the major highlights in the film for me is just the moody, creepy atmosphere this film evokes. I'm always a sucker for scary, atmospheric horror, and this definitely delivers. There are so many beautiful, misty environments in this small town with dark, moody lighting, and that's just the kind of stuff that I really love in my atmospheric horror. Now, we do take a sort of slow burn approach to the creature itself, and we do finally get to see it unveiled, which could kind of rub some people the wrong way, but I do think it is very satisfying, the build-up and the tension to when we do finally get to unveil this thing to the crowd. When we do get to finally see the creature, though, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Probably one of the more unique and interesting creature designs of the last few years. It's scary as hell when you see it in full view after you've seen the trail of bodies it's left in its wake as it's been eating human flesh throughout the film. As many people are well aware if they've seen any of the marketing for this film, his name's on the poster and in a lot of the promotional material, is Guillermo del Toro is a producer on this film, which is a great thing to me because I think he's an excellent director. He's one of my favorite directors working today. You can definitely tell there's some sort of influence there from him when it comes to that creature design. It just has that look and feel. It's very Guillermo del Toro-esque. We focus on the creature itself and the story that's wrapped around it. I do think that is when Antlers is at its strongest, as a lot of the themes that we do get throughout the film, whether it be child abuse, poverty, neglect, all of those things, they're never fully realized. And I think their lack of development really hurt the film as a whole. Kerry Russell is absolutely fantastic in the lead role in the film, and we do see throughout that she's experienced some sort of trauma in her past. That's why she can recognize what happened to Lucas and connects everything. But we don't get to touch upon it too much. We are focused a lot more on Lucas, which you would expect with the way that the film is focused on the creature and his home life and all that stuff. But I really would have liked to see it fleshed out more, and I think it would have given the film a lot more of an oomph to it. There are a lot of very interesting ideas within Antlers, but I don't think all of them mix all that well. So it can be kind of a frustrating experience narratively, depending on what you're going into this film expecting. It isn't a kind of horror film that reinvents the wheel when it comes to supernatural horror and the Wendigo mythology, but I do think it is a solid enough atmospheric horror that you could check out around Halloween time, so it does fit the season quite well. There are definitely enough interesting pieces in Antlers that'll keep you engaged throughout with its story and its mystery and its intrigue, and also just it looks great. It has some solid performances as well. Kerry Russell is probably my favorite, but I do think the kid actor is pretty amazing as well. I'll be very interested to see where Jeremy T. Thomas ends up in the future after this role, because I do think he was spectacular as this kid, and there are a lot of really great kid performances in horror films, especially in recent years, and I think he's just another one to add to the bunch. But those have just been my thoughts on Antlers. It'll be out in theaters this Friday if you do want to check it out for the Halloween season. They also have Last Night in Soho as well from Edgar Wright. I haven't seen it yet, but I am very excited for it because Edgar Wright also is a director I really enjoy. But now you've heard my thoughts on this film. Make sure you share your thoughts down below when you get a chance to see the film. Do you enjoy the film? Not enjoy the film? Share all your thoughts down below in the comment section, because part of the fun is having a conversation with you guys in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for always checking my reviews. I really appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you're updated with my movies, reactions, unboxings, and more. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.